In the last 30 days, I gained 91,831 followers on Instagram, and this is without doing any TikTok style dancing or running paid ads. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down my full production process and my top tips to creating viral content so that you can skyrocket your Instagram growth in 2023. And firstly, for some context, my content is based around the photography and filmmaking niche, and I create educational styled videos teaching people how to shoot, edit, and share higher quality content. And something you need to realize is that in 2023, people are scrolling Instagram in search of four main things. So education, inspiration, validation, and entertainment. And if you're wanting to grow on Instagram, your content needs to serve at least one of these pillars. And once you have an idea of the pillar of content you're gonna serve, we're now gonna cover the actual strategy. And basically, the type of content you're gonna focus on is Instagram Reels. And I'm not gonna go in depth about the importance of Reels in this video because there are thousands of videos online that explain it in depth. But here we're gonna cover the exact Reel strategy that has helped me with my massive growth. So my Reel strategy consists of three styles of videos. So firstly, we have personal, which is content based around my story, opinions, and worldviews. Next, we have authority styled content, which is more tactical advice that my followers can implement. So for example, my top 3 tips to taking better photos with any smartphone. And then lastly, we have growth content, which is based around broader topics and following trends. And the reason I believe this 3-step framework is not only best for building a following, but also creating a community is because the growth content can be seen as top of the funnel, where the main goal with this style of content is to get as many eyeballs as possible. So for example, with this video here, I used a trending song mixed with a more fun styled content idea, and this one video has over 4.5 million views. From here, once the viewer is hooked in by the growth video, we can then use the authority and personal styled content to help nurture them and build trust, which will then lead to them becoming a raving fan. An example of a personal styled content piece would be this video tweet here, and the reason this works so well was because transformations are powerful and relatable, and it acts as a mini story of my personal journey. But now that we have a better idea of the 3 style of videos we're going to be creating, we're now going to move into the production process. And basically how I like to do it is every week I focus on creating at least one long form content piece. So this could be anything from a YouTube video, a newsletter, a new training video for my course students, or basically anything that is rich in content. From here, I'll take that long form piece of content and then break it down into as many short form pieces as possible. So for example, I took a recent YouTube video and I broke each of those tips down into their own separate videos to get 5 short form pieces of content. On top of that, I took key points from that same YouTube video and created 3 Twitter posts. And since I personally script out my content word for word, I took that script and turned it into a blog post, which I then posted on my website. So as we can see, the key is to maximize the content we're creating, and we need to focus on working smarter, not harder. With that being said, another way to work smarter when creating content is to use as many templates and tools to help speed up your workflow and to stay organized. And personally, I use Notion, which is a free note-taking app, to run my whole production pipeline. So let's jump into the computer and I'll break it down for you. Okay, so firstly, we can see the template has been broken down into different sections. So let's run through them together. So starting with the content calendar, and this has been designed for me to stay on track with my content and to keep me notified on when a piece of content should be going live. This content calendar has been linked to all the different production pipelines that we can see here. So for example, if I open up the YouTube pipeline, we can see the whole production process has been broken down into steps. And if we click this card here, this is where I script out all of my videos. And like I mentioned earlier, I like to script out my videos word for word and then use a teleprompter when filming. These cards can easily be moved throughout the pipeline, and this keeps me up to date on which stage of the production process my videos are in. And as we can see, I've created pipelines for my short form content, which would be my Instagram Reels, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts. And I also have one for my tweet and carousel posts and for my newsletter. These pipelines have been an absolute game changer for my workflow, and for those of you who may be working with editors or other people, then using a pipeline like this will ensure everyone is on the same page when creating content. But now moving on, we have the archive content folder, and this has been designed for me to easily organize and store all of my old scripts, and I use a tagging system to help me easily locate my old content if needed in the future. Next, we have this creator resources area, and this consists of links to different tools that I use on a regular basis when creating content, and I've also created custom templates to refer to for different styles of content. So for example, if I open up this short form video template, we can see that I've listed different frameworks to follow when creating short form videos. But now lastly, this bottom area consists of quick links to my social accounts, just in case I need to quickly share my profiles to potential clients. And this last section is for any additional notes while in the creation process. So as you can see, this template has been specifically designed to help me stay consistent with my content, and using this tool is definitely one of the reasons for my rapid growth. So that was a quick run through of my content production planner, and if you're interested in grabbing a copy of this template and then learning how to customize it to your content needs, then I have left a link in the description below where you can pick it up for a small fee. And again, this Notion dashboard has been a massive game changer for me, and I'm so excited to see how you can implement it into your content strategy. But now that we understand the different styles of content to create and how to organize them with templates and frameworks, so let's break down each type of content piece that I post on Instagram. So firstly, for my Twitter tweets, I've actually created Photoshop templates that allow me to fully customize them however I like. Because a fun fact is that I don't even have a Twitter account, but I do like the style and ease of creation of these Twitter styled posts. And with these templates, I've created different color and size variations, making the whole creation process as seamless as possible. But next, for my Instagram Reels, I personally prefer batch creating my content, which basically means I'll dedicate a day or two to scripting out as many short form videos as possible, and then I'll spend a full day just shooting as many videos as I can. For the actual setup for these shoot days, I personally use the Sony a7 IV camera set vertically on a tripod with the video settings set to 4K and 30 FPS. I also plug my camera to a FeelWorld monitor so that I can see myself when recording, and for the microphone, I'm currently using the Shure SM58 plugged into a Zoom H6 recorder. For lighting, I'm currently using a 3-point lighting setup that consists of my Aputure 120D Mark II as my key light, a 5-in-1 reflector for my fill, and an Aputure Almax for my hair light. And please keep in mind that all this camera gear is not needed to start creating viral content, because I have 2 videos that were shot entirely with my smartphone, and both of them have received millions of views. With that being said, if you want to learn how to properly use your smartphone to start creating professional looking content, I do have a Smartphone Creator Pro course, which I've also linked below. But now, once all my reels have been shot, I then transfer the files to my computer, and then I start editing, and I use Final Cut Pro and CapCut to edit all of my reels. With that being said, I've recently hired and trained some editors to replicate my style, and this has definitely helped me post consistently without feeling burnt out. A pro tip when editing your reels is to add pattern interrupts in your videos, and some examples of this is adding B-roll, adding a zoom effect, adding captions, and adding sound effects. These pattern interrupts will help increase your video watch times, which will then lead to Instagram pushing out your content to even more people. With that being said, if editing is holding you back from staying consistent on Instagram, then you can email me at takumi@creatorpro.academy and I can help you find an editor that fits your brand, or alternatively, you can try to look for someone on a website like Freelancer. But now, with our content fully edited, we're now ready to post. And since I use a Mac computer and an iPhone, I can easily airdrop the files to my phone. But if you're using an Android phone while editing videos on a computer, you can use a website like Dropbox to transfer the files to your phone without losing any quality. But once the video is on your phone, I recommend finding a trending sound that fits your video. And if you're creating educational styled content where we need to hear you talking, try to find a trending instrumental and then bring down the volume to about 7. In regards to my captions for my videos, since I script everything out word for word, I just copy and paste the script as my caption, and then I'll go in and add any emojis just to make it a bit more digestible. And from my test, adding the script as my caption has helped Instagram categorize my content better, which then pushes it to the right people and then leads to better engagement. Also, a pro tip is to spend an hour scheduling out all your content, and we can do this by going into the advanced settings when uploading our reels and then turning on schedule this reel, and here we can choose the exact date and time we want our videos to go live. And if you want to find the best times to post your Instagram reels for your account, all you need to do is open up your analytics and then go into audience and then find your peak times, and then from here you're going to post your videos 45 minutes before this peak time because we want our videos to start getting traction on the uptrend. And I see a lot of creators posting their videos at their exact peak times, but by doing this you're actually posting on the downtrend, and this can actually lead to less engagement. But there we have it. That is a full wrap up of how I gained over 90,000 followers in the last 30 days on Instagram, and I'm confident if you start applying some of the techniques we covered in this video, then you'll be able to supercharge your growth in 2023. And again, if you want to streamline your content creation process, you can pick up any of the templates we covered in this video by clicking on the links in the description below. And as always, if you have any additional questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.